good? Yeah, I think we're good. Just double check everything. Ooh. That's that. Yeah, cool. Okay, another chill stream. Late night and wine. I think I'm just going to do a little Her Majesty's sketch. I went to get some old funeral compositions from a different project, but I didn't think any of them really worked, so I just sketched out something new. Although I might give these a go. So if I can edit something. I don't really think they work though. Okay. Yeah, so this is the sketch I have. I did this one earlier, but not really fond of this one. That's a different project, that's a different project. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's render. Just got a little reference up here. Might do a clean over sketch. No, I'll figure the details out in the render. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'm just gonna check some color over this. I haven't thought too much about it yet. I'd apologise for the sneeze, but I don't think anyone's here yet. Just doing the background stuff. It's not too important. It's behind the focus of the image, so it's just, most of it's going to be low detail, low blurry. High blurry, low detail. Faces of the general public. There we go. Just getting some colour and variation in the peoples. Height, shape, value. The colour will pretty much stay the same. I want to get that really distant. I want to get the sense of distance. Like there's a big difference in distance between these guys and the people. So I can get more people in the background. Okay, and this can be more of a local color. Very rough. This is just a little color key. I'll get reference for what the actual colors were soon. Beefeaters, what color? I got some reference somewhere. Here we go. Some of the screenshots I took today for reference. I'll use this main boy as a example. Oops. Actually perfect, I can use this guy. Oh, so this is 4 people watching. Hi. Hi, hello. Just trying to find a shape. The silhouette. That makes sense. I'll make it more interesting as we go further along in the render. It's just a color key, so I'm just looking to get all the colors done. Basic shapes maybe. And we got some gold. Is that red down the sides? Warming up the red a little bit. Imagine the lighting's quite basic. I did want something more melancholy though, so I might change this completely. Obviously it's going to be stylized slightly. Evening lad, how's it? Hello Courtney. It's doing good. Just sketching, obvious what it is really, isn't it? Just something for the Queen. Just thought I'd do a little sketch. I was doing it anyway, I thought I'd just record it. See if anyone wanted to sketch along. Oh, I don't do it in the evenings a lot, for obvious reasons. But like, I don't know, it's nice. How are you? You doing good? I seen your tweet announcement the other day. How's everything? Not that you have to, not that you have to give any details. Just a general. How is it? They've got like so much detail. Yeah, it's good news, finally on track to getting my head sorted out. Yeah, no, I can imagine it was quite a relief whenever there's an issue, and we know our bodies and we know that there's an issue. Getting it figured out is the first step, isn't it, really? It's a relief, isn't it, as well, yeah. I'm glad though. It's nice. I don't know what I'm doing, what the flag's gonna do. It's roughly it's a good amount of detail for a colour key though. So now we just we can remove this going grey. I'll do the floor real quick actually. So just check the flooring, get a simple perspective. There we go, vary it so it looks like there's life been lived. Myself and a friend were speaking about it today. We compared it to knowing the demon's name, so you can finally fight it. Yeah, no, it's true. I think I've had stuff before in which I didn't know what it was, health-wise, and it's just more reassuring than anything to be able to get something. So now it's now you can start the journey of tackling it, whatever that means as well. You know, that's different for all kinds of things. Don't mind me just looking at your layer count. I know, don't look at the layers. It's because I have all my sketches from, this is just like a sketch in PSD, so I just use this for, like, these are like 4 months old. Reference and reference. It's got this in it. It's got this. Sketches from just any old stuff that I've done, really. That and him and that from the other day. Those guys, all the space stuff, my test earlier, and that's now and today. So yeah, it's not as bad as backgrounds aren't that. I mean, they can get that taxing, especially if it's like production background or something. Yeah, I'm gonna just darken this a little bit to ground the players on the floor. It's a little uninspired, like the lighting. It's just basic daytime slight overcast. It's nothing too exotic about it. Could make it more interesting. Where's the there we go. So these guys, I'm gonna get in super quick because they were the guys carrying the, where am I to? What did I do? Don't know. They were the guys carrying the coffin, right? And they were dressed slightly different. Oh no, they were the same. Okay. I'm just gonna dash these colours in. Head high, hand over there, white on the back. White on the back. Head, and head. Might not make sense to have those beefeater hats here, but I kind of want to see what it does for the shape. The lighting's the most important thing anyway. So, like, I don't think this is going to be the right lighting. It's a little bit basic. It's just it's uninspired. It doesn't add anything to the emotion of the scene. It just be an overcast. I mean, it might add a little bit of accuracy. It was overcast. Seriously, right? We're trying to call you out. No, it's alright. It's fine. It's good. It's just, yeah, it's just a little PSD. Do you not have that? Do you not have one PSD where you just do a bunch of sketches, and then if like one of them works well, like the stream the other day was a sketch from here that I knew I would take to the end, so I took it to a new PSD. Do you not do that? Not that it's fucking, standard to do so. It's just, I don't know, I found it easier then once I got like, because sometimes you're staring at, also like sometimes you're staring at a blank canvas and you don't know what to do. And so if I open this, one, it isn't blank canvas because I could just pick something that I've sketched out before, and two, like it'll inspire me. Sometimes I've got references in here, old references, and that's just enough to inspire a sketch, no matter how rough. What am I doing? Painting the wrong area. So it, you know, it makes it easier for me. What else did they have? Oh, they had like white. In there, and then the people behind, I'm just going to do them a slight cooler shade but a lot darker. I'm just going to block them in like that. They're not important. The crown jewels, what colour were they? She's got like this floral arrangement on the back. Dash that in real quick. Warming up in the lights. There we go. Purple for her prized possession. And then gold for those two things. This is so inaccurate. It's just a colour key. It's fine. A lot of it's local colour as well. So this thing was silver, and that's not going to look good in there against the background. Just going to look a little bit washed out. That's annoying. Tassels, flowers, 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 pink flowers, good, complements that. There we go. I know they had like a draped inner thing. No, I'm terrible for starting new canvases. But every little doodle, I should probably try what you do. I hadn't really considered it before. Yeah, it just kind of keeps it all in one place. And because like if you can deal with, if the computer can deal with a PSD that gets up into like 200 layers. I mean, it doesn't even need to be that, right? It could just be like, what I used to do was do like, well, it was September week 1, September week 2 sketches. So that all the sketches, whether it's like lunchtime, dinner, any free moment I get, I'll do a sketch. It'll be done in there, and then every week that'll change. So it doesn't even get that big of a file, and I don't have to go far back searching through PSD to find something I was looking for. So for me it's quite practical. I'm sure there's a better way of doing it though. Right, basic colour key is fine. I mean, it's fine. Suggestions, Courtney, would be good as well. Like if you've got any suggestions for colour. I'm thinking of doing it in like a, just letting the colour and the light in scream the mood, because otherwise it is just you know, basic daytime lighting. I could do the draping, but then it's similar colours to them and it won't look very good. He here could have the flag colours, because it adds some variation to behind the hat as well, which is nice. What is it, like a dragon on yellow and then a yellow dragon on red. There we go. Easy as that. Oh, I don't want to interrupt. You're gonna go for a sad sort of mood or like a warm bittersweet thing. Oh, now that you said warm bittersweet, yeah, maybe. Oh, I don't know. Sadder probably, yeah. I think like I always like going slightly darker with the illustrations, only because for no edgy region at all, literally no edgy region at all. It's purely for, like, you can control light a lot more when the scene's dark. In a daytime setting like this, you are subjected to the light of the day, and that can only be overcast, which is the most boring lighting ever. Everything. The only like shadow you get is ambient occlusion, and that's no fun to paint anyway. And it's no drama. It's not dynamic at all. Or I could do it in the evening. I mean, I could. It's time of day, isn't it? Really, that we have to play with. Peasants behind bars. See what else? I could warm it up a little bit. I could do like a stormy setting. I got a bit more on harsher lighting. Only just got started using different colours for shading, which absolutely blows my mind how much it does. Different colours for shading. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Weirdly, like an evening light is what I sprang to mind. Yeah, no, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? I could take like where is it? Where is it? There, that kind of thing. That'd be alright, wouldn't it? That's kind of warming and yeah, it's quite romantic, that lighting as well, and there's a lot of purples in there. I could push the purple a lot more on it, make it really romantic. I don't know. You know what, I'm going to try the stormy one, and if that doesn't work then this lighting's good, because I don't do many, like, it's still overcast stormy, but I want it kind of dark, and it's not accurate to today, I suppose, but rule of cool. I could just, I could just go with, like, the emotion and the lighting, but then it's different kind of emotions, right? Different people feel different things about it. Did you watch it? Or did you like it? I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to do the background first. Don't know what that's there for. Yeah, I'm going to do the background first. In this kind of like, I don't know, I'm going to ruin it in a way. Bring it all the way down for starters. Colours, I need to separate the background again. That's tricky. I should have separated them from the start. Can I increase the tolerance and grab it all maybe? Yeah. Nope, didn't want to paste it there. There we go, that's good enough for a colour key. I do have to see how it goes, yeah. I was out doing housework today, but I saw some clips here and there. I know, it's really nice. I took some pictures, like, regardless of what you think of it morally or politically, I guess. It's still nice, and it's still an identification in which, as an artist, you can use for reference, for colour, for emotion, for mood, for, you know, increasing an artist's visual library by travelling the world and seeing different things is one of the top recommended things, you know, to do, for especially as a concept artist, to go to these different places in the world and get different perspectives on things, but also like different colours, different usage of colours and colour combos, and not only that, but like architecture and shapes and negative spaces in the architecture of things. But then this is one that, like, we don't see very often. Like, I never see the actual crown, but I have today, and, you know, I use it as a really good reference. for stuff. Well, for this, for example, I was gonna do like the King is Dead illustration years ago. I was trying to find that composition that I never took anywhere, but I couldn't. It was similar to this, but it was like city built up behind it. I've used some spicy things politically and whatever. I prefer to just look at it as what it is, at its core, a day of remembrance for a mother and a grandmother. Yeah, same here. Same. Just with extra horses and loads of like nice shiny things that I can reference. And like, the camera got a really nice shot, this one here, which was going to be what I was going to use. Where did I put it? Yeah, look how cool this shot is. Look at that. Like, that's mental, isn't it? Like, I didn't think that when they were walking, I thought they were walking in a straight line. But they're not, obviously. Like, that's cool, isn't it? With that up there, and like, it's purely in the background, and this archway with all these soldiers in the foreground. And then right dead centre, there she is. That's cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, for like a reference. Yeah. Hey Adam, hi Matt. I'm not understand English, but I watch URS. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I know my English is, I mumble quite a lot, and I drink a lot of the wine. So I apologise if my English is worse than your average person's. But thank you for watching though. Vine Designs, I've been lurking, gotta go soon, but just wanted to say hey, thank you mate, thank you. No, it's always a pleasure. I remember your name from the streams like a year and a half ago, so that's nice. What was I doing? Oh yeah, changing the whole thing. Right. Remove that. Yeah, so I wanted like a dusky kind of a dark shadow. Overcast day, some lighting under, some lighting at the bottom though. As it gets to distance, just to like highlight the crowd, otherwise they'll fall really into the shadow side. Which is not recommended. And this has got to go way darker now. This is going to be like hardly seen black rock or something. There we go. Cool it down. Cool the highlights down too, because there's no warm light anymore because it's not the sun. And cool down the shadows too, but I'm going to desaturate it because it's going to go too blue. Do the same with the flow. Get it really nice and dark, balance it so there's blues and midtones. The highlights are going to be slightly warmer because most of the time light is warm. In this case I even think it's warm because the light that's coming from the sky is the blue part of the sky, which is going to be warmer than the dark blue clouds. It's very subtle, but I think I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. But that's that looks alright there, doesn't it? Could do it wet, as in it's rained and it's got like some sort of reflection. These guys now, these are gonna go into blue, and the shadows mid-tones are gonna go purple, shadows are gonna go dark blue, and the highlights are gonna just get a little bit of blue in them. They're really saturated, so saturate them down because the overcast clouds like sucks colour out of things. So I'm going to remove that. And then these guys here are going to be doing pretty much the same, just going to darken them overall. And then in the midtones, get them a lot more blue. Shadows a lot more blue. I'm going to work with that saturation though. And highlights going to be blue too. There we go. And desaturate a bit. It's a lot more moody, isn't it? I'm going to like... damn, wow, thanks Courtney. I'm not sure, is that for the image or is that just what was that for? Thanks regardless. Hello, how are you? Artwork is looking really nice. Oh, thanks J Play Raw. Thank you. It's coming along, it's just a colour key for now. See if I can find a mood that really works. I'm gonna take the warmth out of the back legs there because there's too warm. And there we go, because why would they be warmer than the people in front? Doesn't make any sense. I'm going to darken this a little bit more. There we go. Again, remove some of the saturation because it shouldn't be. And depending on like whether it's a wet day, if it's a wet day, then the floor will be darker with specular highlights. If it's rained, if it hasn't rained, I want it to rain or have rained, so the floor will be darker. But otherwise, the floor will be lighter because it's a north-facing plane, so it's going to capture more light than the side walls here. So it's going to be on average darker, with definitely darker. There we go, something like that. Rainy, moody day. Where's this guy? This guy's way too bright. So same thing on this guy. Bring that in. Highlights, and then the shadow's really dark there. Bring him down in value. Hide all director. And bring it down in saturation to... There we go. I mean, now I can control the light. So if I wanted something like a, I could be butchering this, but let's see. If I wanted something like, take that out of there, put that on there. Like a light coming through, like they're entering a church in the early hours in the morning, kind of lighting. Either way, the sky is darker, so artificial lighting would have more impact. Could do something like this, and then duplicate that and create a color dodge layer and just warm this up a lot. There we go, something like that. So then I can like control the light a little bit more as it's coming in. There we go. So they're coming into something something warming, something artificial, something like that. Regardless of what it is, it's, you know, a secondary light source that can be used if I need it. But I don't think I will. Well, that one's quite nice. It adds focus to the direction that the soldiers are travelling in. Oddly validating to know it's not just me using color dodge for fast effective lighting. I know, yeah, it's just the way I normally use screen actually, so I would screen it, but because it's a color key, I wanted to see the color straight away and have a higher impact with the least amount of work. But I'd use screen for lighting normally, and kind of control it with the value. I mean, you're still going to get overcast lighting. It's just a lot more moody. Or you could have like a, we could have like a break in the sky a little bit. So if I just desaturate that a lot more, brighten it up, it might look a little bit like a break in the sky if I just get a slight warmer color on it. There we go. Duplicate that, put it down, change it to color, and increase its saturation and adjust it slightly. There we go. There we go. It could be like a warm sort of warming light they're walking towards. I don't know really. I quite like it as a undynamic lighting. It's just the lighting during the day was just a little bit too, not garish, boring. Maybe it's just boring. Either way, this is fine. I'm going to flatten a lot of this now. There we go. I'm going to get some more detail in the background characters and the wall itself. I've got to get a Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace. Gates. Reference image. I mean, yeah, they are fancy. Wow. There we go. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the characters down here. Telltale sign of a funeral, even in 2022. Couple of top hats there. Diagonal hats. Hair hanging down. Where's the lighting going to come from? Lighting's coming from above, so it'll still, but the clothes is dark, so the higher the lighting's from above, but the clothes are dark, so the highest value is still the face, but it'll be the face, but it'll be subtle from below. So I'm just going to warm up the colour, brighten it slightly, and take it a lot down to get, because when you desaturate in a blue, you're going to get a warm colour, and skin tone is warm. So I'm just going to do some faces in here. Little kids poking their heads up. Big bearded Amish. No detail on these back characters whatsoever. Oh, what about some of them's got like an umbrella? That's a tell sign of like a... Is that an umbrella? Yeah. Is it? What umbrellas look like? Telltale sign of a rainy funeral, because you have to be there. So you have to have an umbrella if it's raining. Limited contrast behind these guys, so I'm going to like darken all around there. Because I don't really want the focus to be around those guys. Kind of want it to be around this guy here in the middle. Well, not all the focus, but like a starting focus. Because I want you to kind of like look at it as it's going through, so hopefully draw a leading eye to like... my intent is to get this guy to be the focus immediately, because so the contrast around him, the negative space, because he's free by himself, he's the most interesting shape, he's the tallest, he's got the most variation in colour, and he'll have the most detail. He might even be illuminated by some sort of like bounce light that's coming down there. And then obviously your second thing is to go to this, because it's one big cluster and it's on the edge of the frame. And when it's on the edge of the frame, same things as with movies, you have that buffer frame in here, so you want your focus to kind of be in here, and it's kind of off kilter. So all that says is that it's not as important. So by definition, I made this guy more important, because I was going to do like little I was going to make it about like little kids that had lost someone. I always think that kind of melancholy. And then two little boys or something, like it could be a Princess Diana thing. But I realised that there aren't any boys. There aren't any little ones left really that anyone cares about. So it didn't work. But yeah, and because of the variation in colour on top of here, it'll kind of like draw a lot of the attention. So together it should be quite equal, and then the background is kind of, you know, the background's a wall of people, and is literally a wall as well, so that kind of like, that adds to the divide. And because the background and the foreground are so far apart, like the background's way, the background is artificially pushed backwards, that creates a divide between you know, monarchy and the people. And I kind of wanted to get that in there too, but not in a bad way, in a kind of, you know, there's a hierarchy and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's, you know, people turned up for Jimmy Savile's funeral, didn't they? I don't know what that means, but like, you know, it's worship whatever you want, turn up for whoever funeral you want. Who's to say? I would have liked to have gone, maybe. Something to tell the kids. These guys here, maybe one of them are holding an umbrella. What does an umbrella look like? That's like a cocktail stick. They have that. I could go. What am I doing? I could go scary, spiky umbrella, but it's not supposed to be scary, so no. I mean, that's not going to protect anyone from the rain. Something like that, maybe? Ah, that's too big, it makes it seem like they are huge. There we go, that's better, I think. Roughly. What was the, that's, oh, that hurts my heart. Oh, the kid thing. I know, there's an illustration by one of my favourite artists, Misha Oplev, and he's got the best funeral scene illustration for that kind of thing I've ever seen. I almost want it tattooed on me, not the whole illustration, but the negative space between the character, and I'll show it you when I get a second. But it's just, it's so good. The lighting and everything, it makes so much sense. Just add in detail, slightly unnecessary now because the colour and everything's, and the lighting's pretty much how I want it. I just want like, just want to figure out how I'm going to illuminate the notches on the bottom here. Let's get a little bit more detail from the reference. Muddy up this side a little bit. There we go. Oops. I think in the final illustration I'll have some sort of detailed sculptures in here, but just for now I'm just gonna put something that resembles the intent with colour and value. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm going to remove a lot of the saturation from these gates because it's demanding too much attention, and it should be pushed further back. But the colour of the red coats and the beefeaters, they really stand off the blue background now, don't they? Even though I put the red, I pushed the red back a lot into like the purple. I've cooled it off a lot. It still sort of reads really well. Might just fix these guys up a little bit. lighting for the floor one more time. I think what could I do? I kind of want it to, oh, what if we had like a red carpet or something? That red carpet can easily be manipulated then to adopt a color. It's too close to the background, just need to put it on its separate layer and shrink it down a little bit. These guys should go down a little bit onto it. There we go. And now with this I can kind of control a little bit more, because it's fabric, it's going to like absorb color a little bit better than the stones would, or at least in my experience I can control it better. Dark, 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 and then here you can have that warmed up light from the interior. You see it kind of adapts it better, it kind of shows it a lot better. If I do a screen about mid, lots of that and that, there we go. That might be too much now. Yeah, a little bit there. Can try it again on the stones. Can just warm it up slightly here. Too much. Problem solving now. Something like that, maybe. What do we think? Let's get some more eerie clouds in there. More rain clouds. A little bit lighter around the main character here, just to push him off the background. Quick multiply pass to get a little vignette. There we go, and one more push of these rocks, yeah. There we go. I think it's probably too dark over here with the brickwork. So I'll just remember just to lighten that up a little bit. There we go. Something like that, maybe. Zamir Animations. Yo, what's up, dude? What's up, bro? Doing good, thanks. Just a chill late night sketch. Chill late night little Queen sketch. it's alright. I think it's good. I'm not amazed with it. I wish the lighting was a little bit more interesting, but maybe that's not the point of the piece. I mean, it's supposed to be subtle. I mean, it could be dramatic. I could make it dramatic and have, you know, harsh, diagonal, hot lighting hitting the side of the coffin and like passing through buildings and having like a nice, you know, like bit of light in here, and then it's coming down here as it's gone through the buildings, illuminating the people all across there, and then hitting this guy and illuminating the back of him there, and the flag like that. You know, that's fine. That's like a Castlevania, someone's opened a door kind of vibe. You know, but I don't know. I don't think it needs it, because that's you know, lighting coming from the side, and this is supposed to be kind of like a, it's like a 2D game perspective. I'm faking things with perspective a lot, like, apart from the floor. What's the time? 20 to 1. Okay. I'm definitely not going to be able to finish this tonight, but like that, you know, that's another example of something we could do. Don't know why it does that sometimes. Yeah, you know. It's not the right lighting or the right intent. The lighting just confuses you, because like if the lighting's coming from here illuminating this guy, why is he walking off in this direction? It's almost like a light should be showing you something or showing you where to go. You know, the lighting could be over Your Majesty, sort of like a spotlight. Yeah, but that takes all the focus away from where I've reinforced the focus. So if I reinforce the focus here and then I just do lighting as a focus, which is one of the main over here, kind of, there's a dissonance between what I'm trying to do there, so it doesn't make any sense. So the lighting should always be on this guy, even though the main focus is this. I kind of want to be this guy here in the middle. Yeah. So what it looked like before was this. So yeah, we've definitely like definitely changed the mood. Two different color keys though, right? That's how you do color keys. That's how you do color of day, lighting, change setup. I didn't have to repaint everything, but there was a lot of repainting obviously. But yeah, if you're painting clouds from nothing, I guess. It's not even like a nighttime one either. This is just purely overcast. Oh, sorry. This is purely like sort of dusky overcast. What if it was raining too? Maybe get a little rain filter. What can I use? I am going to do what you think I'm going to do. Oops. There we go. Little rain filter kind of adds to the mood, right? Gotta run, but gotta be up early in the morning. Loving the tone of this so far. Thanks, Courtney. Cheers. Thanks for staying as well and talking. Keeping me company. Till next time. And the Queen gone too soon. Gone too soon. Yeah, maybe. Although if I lived to 97, I'd be very happy with that. Very, very happy. What am I on? I'm on the overlay layer. Just going to do some little splashes here, just to represent the water in the floor. It's not going to have a lot of colour. Only kind of happens like far in the background anyway, because it's when they cluster up and you get like a lot of vapor, and the light is illuminating that vapor. In the front you'll just see more like individual drops. Yeah, that's alright. I think, you know, I'm fairly happy with that. That's kind of cool. As a color key, yeah, it's alright. It's fine. It's okay. Definitely prefer it over the other one. This one here. Yeah, it reads well, doesn't it, as a kind of moody piece. This is kind of almost celebratory. Like you're gonna celebrate the death somehow. I'm pulling all out today. Got to paint 4 backgrounds for the next 11 hours. Oof, tight. That is tight. What's it for? Anything nice? Anything I've seen? Yeah, so here we go. Okay, how long have we been going? What's the time? 1:45, and I've been on for just over an hour. What can I do now? Just within the next 45 minutes. I wouldn't start the render. I mean, I could start the render. I could sort of add to this, or maybe do another color key. Do final sketch. Yeah, I could probably do a cleanup sketch. So I'm going to take this and the references into a new PSD. Why did that just copy that? It's my old thumbnails. Want these two as well, and just copying one thing at a time. No. And this. Oh, and the beefeater thing. I don't know why it's copying one thing at a time. I don't know. But we've got our final colour key here and the basic one here. I've done some more detail in this one, so I'm going to take this one, duplicate it, get a clean, just clean it up slightly. There we go. Stretch it to the size I want. There we go, shrink the canvas down. Got some threshold there too. And pull it back and to the front, references on top. Mark them as red. There we go, and we got that there as well, just in case I need it. Yeah, now time for the kind of clean sketch on top. My sketch is never clean. I kind of use it in the art is amazing. Oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you. It's just a little, yeah, just a little colour key, isn't it, for now? I doubt you'd know about it. I don't even know either. I was brought in as a third party and they use an working title 03. Seems like some kind of PSA. Okay. No, that's nice. That's nice. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard of 03. But it sounds good. Meaning if you're working on it, it must be pretty good. If they can hire in third-party artists to come in and sort of do some help and clean up, must be a decent project. My condolences for the Queen. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, yeah, I liked her. I mean, I did like her. I thought she was sweet. Thought she was nice. Nice little rich history with everything as well, so you know that's cute. I'm not going to do too much of the line art on these, just because I kind of know sort of already that they're going to be something sort of vague. Pole. Yeah, there's not much room for creativity in this kind of area. But they do have the what I'm going to do actually is duplicate them many times. Pull the last one over here and click the first one. Not what I wanted to do. Click get the last one, get the first one, and click this button up here. Oops, no. Spread that one down the bottom and then equally space them. So then at least the background can seem because I don't need it to be realistic, I just need it to be believable. And I think sometimes you can play with things, but sometimes it looks a little off. If something as simple as symmetrical lines are off, then you break the believability of it. I hate symmetrical lines. I always make my lines dance. But in this case, it's supposed to be a grid, it's supposed to be strong, structural, so I'm going to exaggerate there as much as possible and do the straightest lines I can and have them sort of in equal measure. Now I can flatten that and get rid of these that are in the way of the pillars, and then the pillars can be more equally placed. Same thing here, I'm just going to do full line across. And here too, and then duplicate that, bring it down, shrink it a little bit because I like some variation in my thickness, and I'm going to do a line at the bottom here, maybe just below, and I can bring them together too. There we go. I'm only going to do one of these pillars by reference because it's a bit of a beast. So, let's go. I'm going to get this symmetrical line on for the start as well. Just so I'm not working twice as hard as I need to. There we go. Something like that, and then down here. There we go. Simple. Hard parts yet to come. There we go. Easy, right? Obviously it's not totally accurate, I'm just taking shapes from what I can see and what I think looks good. Obviously you have the crown there. No. Something like that, right? I mean, I know it's not totally accurate, but it's, you know, stylized and suggestive. There we go. So the pillar's kind of done. Well, at least they line up. And I'm just going to get one more tiny sip of wine, so I'll be right back. It's me. Where was I? I'm going to turn the symmetry off, and there we go. I'll duplicate these and put them in the right place with the pillars. So I'm going to, oh no, I'm going to shrink them just slightly, just so they don't tangent with the edges here, and that fits perfect. So I'm going to delete these two here and get rid of that, and now I'm going to space them apart evenly. So if wrong layout, if one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apart, then I'll do the other one 5 apart. If it looks bad, I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. I mean, it kind of frames the guy quite nicely there. I can try it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be one there as well. And that's kind of nice. Yeah. The only other difference would be if that's like moved along there. There's no, it's not a wall, so it doesn't have to have the same amount in between. This could be like an edge border before a gate, so it'll be slightly shorter to have some sort of control on the side of it. So it doesn't need to be. In fact, you know what, I'll stick with my gut and go asymmetrical and do this. I'll duplicate these though, because not that. I'll duplicate these because I don't need them, and I will do this. Not that. There we go. Alright, okay, done. So I'll bring those down into like spares, just in case I need them later. And there you have it. Now these things go on top of everything, and I'm going to remove these from here too. There we go. And there we have it. It's nice and quick and easy. I'm going to freehand much of the rest of it, because I don't want it to feel too structured, like it's a cartoon background finished illustration or anything. I just want to kind of add that hand painted imperfection in there in the lines. I keep a lot of my lines in my final work, and sometimes I add lines to the final work just to make it feel more like the sketch is intertwined with what's there in the final, just to make it feel more sketchy, more stylized, and to bring in a little bit of imperfection, because sometimes you can render too much and it can seem a little bit over rendered, or you know, I like it looking imperfect. Whether I have to revert backwards to do that depends. I'll add the detail of these things a little bit later, and the people, of course, they don't really need sketching. These guys, though, I'm going to try and get some nice sort of character design in them. don't have to start with like a anatomy sketch or like a rough outline, because the rough outline was done in the color key. If I don't do it, I'll end up with less good of a character design, but my character designs aren't great anyway, so I'm just going to it'll be of the level that I expect a character to be in one of my illustrations. You know, nothing too fancy. I'm editing as I go. I'm already seeing like improvements in the shape of the character. Very square visual language, because it's supposed to be rigid and stiff. So everything down to like the fingers and the knuckles, I'm just going to do very square. Squaring off things like the sword as well, just to reinforce that visual language as much as I can. Mustache, maybe? Maybe. Make him different from the ones in the background. We'll see when we get to him. You know what, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to do my pole here. Yeah, it's about that long. There we go. It's not too bad, just kind of what I expected. So a heavy head, cute little square, rigid, beefeater guy. slightly of Beefeater hats, just trying to get like a little bit of different personality into the individuals. How are they holding it? Like that, weren't they? Or like that? Yeah, like that. So this will be the hand there, and then the big poofy thing roughly across there. That'd be the hands, and then you can do the tassels here. Stood up nice and straight. Belt and don't laugh. There we go. How's he looking? Fine. And then I think what I'll just do is just duplicate those and change up a few characteristics, change a few things here and there, and yeah, add some nice details to the coffin, get some very quick, maybe I'll do some characters in the background now, just to get some recognizable ones, just so it isn't totally, you know, it isn't totally, what am I saying, guesswork when I get to like the painting. Yeah, I'm just going to get some really quick, rough people's faces, like crowds, reference that. Just like a cluster of people. Oh, here we go. Perfect. This guy's just got a really weird moppy hair, big nose. That's one little character. Not very little, but there's one guy. Top Hat, Missouri. Big chin, long hair, small nose guy. Putting his hands on his child. This looks sort of this looks sort of menacing, but it's supposed to be sad. I mean, the morning, I suppose. And then you've got this beard guy. In one of these big hats. They're all looking forwards. There's not a lot of variation on what I can do, especially I'm not a very good character artist. So there we go. This guy's wearing a very starchy top hat. Putting his hands together, maybe. It'll just be stuff like this. I mean, this is probably more detail than I assumed I wanted to put into some of these guys in the background, but the more detail I put into them, the more detail I'll have to put into everything that's in front of them. So, you know, these guys are going to get a little bit more detail if these guys are going to have this much detail. Everything's kind of like downward and spiky and square because it's supposed to be. I'll do some of them holding onto the gates and stuff, just trying to like peer in and have a look, catch a glimpse. What am I doing with these characters? Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for now because I'm getting pretty tired. But yeah, this how I would do it normally. Jump straight into the idea, get a quick sketch down. For those of you who weren't here at the start, I'll show you what I had at the start. Was well, I did this a couple of hours ago just as a little warm-up. I didn't like the perspective, but then I did this just before the stream started. Very quick sketch just to get the idea. Don't forget the one dramatic morning. I want a dramatic morning. Yeah, where can they go? They can actually go here. That'd be perfect. Draw more attention to this this middle bit. But I had this at the start, and then we did a basic color key. I didn't think that the lighting matched the emotion. Time of day, the lighting, the color in general didn't match time of day. So we went with this, we added rain, and now here we are with a very kind of melancholy blue, dark control of the lighting. The lights on the audience and the crowd, which is kind of appropriate because it's kind of about having that wall there of people mourning the kind of scrolling movement of the Queen's body parade. But that's that. And then what did we do? Yeah, and then we took it over here and we're doing the sketching out. A lot of this lineup will remain in the final image, just because I like to set it to overlay and kind of work with it and play with it in there, so a lot of it will stay in there. And then on top of that, once I finish the render, which for me doesn't take that long because I don't really delve too deeply into believable materials. A lot of it for me is just realistic materials. A lot of it for me is just making it believable. So like if a surface is specular or transparent, subsurface scattering, translucent, matte or metallic. After that then so my renders don't really take that long. I'm just more concentrating about the lighting, direction and intensity and colour. and local color of things. Once that's done though, which, you know, it takes a while, obviously, it's the thing that takes the longest, but not too long for me, I tend to go over then and add a pseudo, I'm showing it in my next YouTube video actually, my like a pseudo line art on top of that, just to make it feel a little bit more hand painted and just to get the detail in there. So I go over with a harsh kind of text sketch brush like I'm doing right now, but instead of adding black everywhere, I add sort of very dark accents of the colours that I'm working with, and just kind of add little accents here and there and occlusion shadows to things that need it, and then even add some sketchy lines in just to make it feel like, one, to make it feel more sketchy of course, but two, to add like a lot more movement, because you know, any reason to add movement into an image and I'm there. This isn't one of them though, it's very static, but you know what I mean. But yeah, thank you very much guys. You can just kind of see how it'll look at the end there with the characters with the detail on them as well. Then you add the rain in and kind of push them back a little bit. But yeah, this is a lot like my my online course as well. This illustration. You can ask me about that another time, or I could talk about that another time. I'll leave the I'll comment now the Discord server for anyone who wants to join it in my in the comments. Give me 2 seconds to find it, my server, invite people and copy the link, and I'll paste it just here for anyone who wants to join it. It's there at the end, and I'll also add it to the comments of the video or the description of the video for anyone rewatching for any reason. But yeah, cheers guys, thank you very much. I will catch you next time. Bye bye.